On January 13th, 2026, Honda has announced that they will be using a new logo across their entire automotive division. But did you know that this logo was first revealed 2 years ago? Hi, I'm Radu Madan. I'm a designer and brand strategist. I help companies like yours launch their brand and attract new customers. In January 2026, Honda has announced that they will be using a new logo for their automotive division. However, there seems to be some confusion as many people are stating that Honda has released a new logo. This isn't true. It's actually only the automotive part that is getting a new logo. Honda has many brands across many industries, such as motorcycles, airplanes, marines. We are only talking about the automotive, or i.e. the car segment. This is the current logo that Honda is using for its automotive section. It is made of the logo mark, which is the image, if you will, and the logo type, which is the Honda name spelled out. This is the same as the international brand. So why did I say that it was launched over 2 years ago? Back in 2024 at the CES show, Honda revealed a few EV concepts. That's when they also revealed this new logo mark, and to a certain extent a potential logo type as well, with the use of a non-serif Honda spelling on the back. Honda also revealed this new Zero concept, or Zero series, with a different logo mark as well, and we can see this new sans serif font that they used. So that's what I'm saying. The logo has been around for at least 2 years, but now going forward, beginning maybe this year, 2026, Honda will then transition the automotive segment to the new logo mark. Coming back to their current logo, this is their logo that they're still using right now. The new logo has gotten rid of the border and also the current logo mark. I wonder if they're going to transition to that new logo type that we saw in the concept vehicles. Honda has stated that they will start rolling out this new logo mark on their new EV vehicles, as well as their dealership signage and every touch point in the Honda automotive division. But before I review this new logo mark, let's look at other car manufacturers and the way that they have changed their logos recently. In the last few years, a lot of car manufacturers have changed their logos and have started removing their frames around their logos and going to a flatter text-only or logo mark. We have the example of Kia. They've gone away from their ovals. BYD as well has removed their logos, and they've gone to text-only logo mark, either stylized as both in the way of Kia and BYD. We have another example here of Dacia, which has also gone from this shield-like logo mark, lovingly referred to as the bottle cap opener. They went to a flatter design with flat logo mark here and this new logo type that uses the same design elements. And I also wanted to point out this example from Lucid, who at no point to my knowledge ever had any kind of frame around the logo. They went straight for logo type from the beginning, omitting any kind of logo mark. So it's just the text on a flat plane. Some people have criticized the move to flatter text-only logos, saying that the automotive manufacturers were losing some of their character. Many cars have had an emblematic oval on the front of the car that was easily identifiable. But we have to look at the larger trend of car graphics as we move to more EV vehicles, and the way that companies have used their new flat logos perhaps as a lighting accent, and also as different surfaces have had flatter treatments on body panels. And to represent a movement to the EV, it makes sense to have a logo mark or logo type that can be illuminated. The previous oval shapes or shield shapes are much more difficult to represent in this new context. Coming back to the Honda logo, I want to look at the historic representation of Honda Automotive. If we look back to the initial logos, the H was a lot wider here from the first logo. It had a very wide base and it was very short. I would say it's maybe 2:1 ratio, if not maybe wider. They then pivoted to a much narrower and taller in terms of proportions in 1969. I would venture to say this was, it looks like a more top-heavy logo, if you will, rather unstable. Then they moved back 1981, and I would say all the way to the present, to a much more square logo where the proportions, again, gained a little bit of width, and in my opinion, opinion, with the frame around it, really cemented Honda as the brand that we know today, that it is stable, reliable. And they, of course, added the logo type of the global brand as well. Reviewing the new logo, I've calculated that the proportions are somewhere around 5 wide by 3.5 tall. They're not exactly 4 by 3 or 3 by 2, and certainly not as wide as the 2 or 2.5 to 1 of the first level Honda logo. Whilst it's not exactly square, it still has a very solid foundation, and it still denotes this idea of stability and reliability, which is part of the Honda brand. They've done away with the frame, obviously, because, as we've mentioned, we might have examples where the logo will be used illuminated. Perhaps they might bring back the logo mark from the concept cars. Maybe that'll be placed underneath. But overall, it's a clean aesthetic and new direction. Clearly. According to Honda, they say that their refreshed H logo represents a second founding for the company, or in other words, Honda 2.0 is then decided to look like it's from the future. I mean, I could certainly see that, and many people have made some references that it looks Tron-like, or think perhaps cyberpunk. Overall, in my opinion, that haven't strayed far away. We have to look at the Honda brand as a whole. What are they known for? Honda's brand is known for their reliability, their stability, and their familiarity. That's why it makes sense that it's not a radical departure from the logo from before, because Honda isn't radically going in a different direction. If I were to describe Honda in one of the young archetypes, I would put them somewhere between the caregiver and the sage. Always willing to help, always being there and sharing their wisdom with you, and also being a reliable brand. They were never extreme in any directions. Even their sports cars were always rational and familiar, perhaps stable and reliable. So the logo mark that they're going to will follow the exact same direction. It's not going to be extreme. It's not going to be super different. You can tell from a mile away it is still Honda. It is still that stability and reliability that they are known for. They've just spruced it up a little bit and made it easier to be integrated into new EVs with new car graphics that could showcase, as I said, the illumination, playing with the lights and whatnot, and have it there, just as a symbol of the same old Honda, except different. As they say, the 2.0, the rebirth in the direction of electric vehicles. So overall, what do I think? Well, it's very easy. It makes sense. It is Honda. You can still see their DNA. Nothing has changed. It's not a radical direction, and they will be successful with the new rebrand. The new brand won't disappoint anybody. It won't shock anybody. It'll just continue to be the same old Honda as before, refreshed a little bit for a new generation of car buyers and the new styling of car graphics and the direction that it's going. But it continues to maintain the familiarity that everybody is used to from Honda. So it's not in any way a radical departure. They will be successful with it. It'll be very easy to adapt and to adopt by their dealership network, by everybody and all the touch points that they're going to be used for. So what do I think overall? Solid A+. Nobody's going to be confused as to what this is. The new buyers will instantly understand what they're getting. Old buyers, as before, it's the continuation and a new direction of Honda. Nothing extreme, nothing out of the ordinary. It's certainly not a shock as, well, the Jaguar rebrand was. Way to go, Honda. Keep it up. If you've gotten value out of this video, consider sharing it with somebody else. And also, I'd like to hear your opinion down in the comments. What do you think of the new Honda Automotive rebrand? Do you like it, or do you think that they missed the mark?